Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Mundane Matt, and over the course of the past few months, I have covered multiple instances involving people faking hate crimes against themselves as a way of gaining social currency and, in some respects, monetary gain, following the election of Donald Trump as the 45th president. Even though that doesn't officially come to terms until just a couple weeks, people out there have been trying to make it a huge fucking deal, and the mainstream media has been right there with them the whole fucking time. Every time something comes up, oh, they're out there making a big old fucking stink. But when video comes out of a white man being stopped in an intersection by a group of 4 or 5 black people, where they pull him out of his car, where they assault him, and then one person steals his car and drives away, there wasn't a goddamn peep on the mainstream media about it, because it doesn't fit the narrative that they've crafted over the course of the past couple years. Very similar to how when Michael Brown was shot, the media ran Dorian Johnson's story about hands up, don't shoot, even though that was an outright fucking lie that was known from the beginning. And it just goes to show you that the mainstream media very much pushes their own agenda. No, we've all known this. It's not like a new secret. It's nothing that we don't already know. But an event happened in Chicago that has made me very livid. And I really want the mainstream media to talk about this, because these kind of actions absolutely need to be addressed and 100% denounced by fucking everybody. So it came out that an unnamed white man was kidnapped by 3 or 4 black people in Chicago, taken to an apartment, tied up, beaten, and humiliated. And they did all of this while live streaming it to Facebook. Because that also is very indicative of where our society is as a whole. You're going to commit a crime, fuck it, might as well get that shit on the internet for everyone to see, right? Because that makes total fucking sense. But no, this guy was beaten and told to denounce white people, to denounce Donald Trump, all while being mocked and laughed at by people on the internet who didn't even know him and were just watching this unfold on Facebook. And this went on for 30 fucking minutes. Right? Like, this video exists and it's 30 fucking minutes long. But the bright side about it is this. The man is in the hospital being treated for injuries, and the 4 people involved have been arrested while police further conduct an investigation, which is a great thing. Which is a great thing that they were caught. Now, this story appeared on a Fox 42 station out of Chicago. I'm really wondering if it's going to pick up to the wide. If MSNBC and CNN are going to cover it, if they're going to want to try to break the narrative that Trump supporters are all xenophobic bigots, right? Never mind the fact that we have so many cases of people who are faking hate crimes that were perpetrated by Trump supporters, but we have video evidence now of a couple of cases of white people being physically accosted because they supported Donald Trump. I mean, it's one thing to have a disagreement about political ideologies or political beliefs, and many of us are always going to have that, especially with Facebook and the way social media kind of pushes these agendas. It's always going to happen, and that's fine to have a rational civil discourse. But what I want to know is why? Why the fuck aren't more people denouncing this kind of behavior, especially on the left? Now, I consider myself very much left of center, right? I consider myself more centered, but I'm more socially liberal in that regard, but, financially conservative. And it makes me, this entire election cycle has made me push more towards that center and like ticking a bit over to the right-hand side of things, only because the right is now seeming like the rational fucking party in this country. The left has gone full fucking retard, and they're acting, they're that extreme. They're extreme left. I think someone called it the alt left or something. Or no, I think the online term is control left. As kind of a play on alt right. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. The point is, I'm glad this guy is okay. I'm horrified that this happened. I'm horrified that this would happen to anybody. To have anybody kidnapped, assaulted, humiliated, while live streamed to fucking Facebook. This isn't even like a deep web scenario. This isn't even like one of those horror stories you hear about from the dark web. This is something that happened on Facebook. And the thing is, their crimes are recorded. So it's not like they're going to be able to claim ignorance, or that they can't really plead not guilty, because it's not going to fucking fly. What I want to know is, what prompted this shit? Right? Like, what prompted this? Because Chicago's a fucking war zone. It's just, the south side of Chicago is a goddamn war zone. All right, how many deaths in 2016? 762 homicides? 14,000 some odd shootings, I think I heard. There were a lot. There's not a weekend goes by where I don't hear a report on Monday morning. The death toll in Chicago this weekend was 45. Easter weekend in Chicago was met with the blood death, or with death of 28 people. I mean, it's like, that is Chicago life, you know? And for some reason, nobody wants to do anything about it. Maybe, just maybe, this incident will prompt more people to take a good, hard look at what is happening in Chicago. A good, hard look at the amount of violence that comes out of Chicago. The people who are perpetrating that violence. And maybe, just maybe, work to actually try to crack it down a little bit. Donald Trump brought up Chicago a lot during his speeches because there is a problem there. You know, Obama was a community organizer in Chicago. His final address as president will be from Chicago. And I just want him to acknowledge the utter failure that his outreach programs have done in that city. He hasn't done anything. He hasn't done anything. Chicago's only gotten worse. And now people are being kidnapped and beaten and humiliated and have it live streamed to the goddamn internet? Come the fuck on. I mean, like, I know a lot of the socially progressive people out there are going to go, well, racism against white people doesn't exist. Yeah, no, when a white dude is kidnapped by black people, beaten and forced to denounce white people, they racist. That's what's going on here. But the people don't, like the left, CNN and MSNBC, if they talk about this, they're not going to bring that up. They're not going to call these people racist because they don't want to fucking break that goddamn narrative. It's sickening that it's happening. It's absolutely fucking sickening that it's happening, that it happened in general. And I just want to know what the next step is going to be, because if these kind of, if we're seeing false hoaxes on the left, are perpetrated by the left in terms of blaming the right, but the right is being physically assaulted by the left, I mean, what's the next fucking step? Is it just going to be people who are pro-NRA, pro-conservative? Are they going to start carrying guns? Are they going to start, anytime there's an altercation, are they going to pull the "it was coming right at me" fucking thing and start shooting people? Like, are we going to go down that path? In Chicago, it might go that way. I mean, shit, enough people already die in Chicago as it is. There's like, you know, there's statistics. It's like a weekend roundup how many people died in Chicago, as I pointed out before. Sorry, I'm really ticked off at this story because it's fucking horrifying. And like, it's just horrifying that we've come to this point as a society, you know, but it calls in a number of things. It calls in voyeurism. It calls in the effects on social media. I think it calls into effect a lot about fake news. It calls into effect a lot of what's going on in Chicago in terms of gun violence and gang violence and shooting violence and just violence overall. And it's at one of those moments in time where you're thinking to yourself, this is only going to get worse before it gets better. And truly, Chicago at this point in time really fucking needs RoboCop to clean up some shit, because clearly their fucking police force is not doing their job. And I think a lot of people up there too, from what I heard, a lot of cops aren't doing their job because they're afraid of being branded a racist. And as a result of that, if criminals feel that they rule the roost, if they feel that they're untouchable, they feel that they're unstoppable, then maybe, just maybe, that explains why these 4 people grabbed a white guy and humiliated him while streaming it on the internet. They probably felt they were absolutely untouchable because in some respects, in that part of the country, they are. Alright everyone, that wraps up this video. My name is Mundane Matt. Be sure to give it a thumbs up, comment below, subscribe if you're new, check back daily for more content from me, or if you want to know about my life, check out Mundane Chats, or top 5 videos that are awesome as fuck, forbidden knowledge right here. Talk to you guys later, have yourself a good day, and peace out.